What's going on, fam? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ton, and in today's video, I'm excited to do an unboxing and review for the OPENROAD 270-degree awning that I'll be installing on top of my car. My family is going on a camping trip next week, and so I'm going to install this and hopefully have enough shade and shelter from the sun, because I'm hearing from the forecast it'll be in the 80s, low 90s next week. So I will mention that with this particular product, they mentioned it's best to install them on the crossbars that normally extend past the doors, rather than the OEM fixed mounted crossbars that I have. So I picked up this set of Yakima crossbar brackets, hoping that this might be an alternative for me to mount the awning to. Next year, I do still plan to buy a set of extended crossbars, specifically the Yakima Skyline mounts, tower mounts, and then add the Jetstream crossbars on top. So you're going to see my experience to see if this fits and if it works, and if it does, then this is an alternative for anyone that's looking to install an awning onto your OEM crossbars. Mine is similar to OEM. Mine's through an aftermarket company called Tacoma. But just know that when I say OEM, I'm talking about the fixed mounted crossbars that just that do not extend past the roof line of the car, like the Yakima or the Thule bars that I'm referencing. So let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing, and let's see what's inside of the package. You have 3 heavy-duty mounting brackets right here. Various bolts and screws that you'll need. This is really cool. It's one of the reasons why I got this. There's many awnings on the market, but this one, based on my research, has the best value. I picked this up for $600, and it does have these lights, LED lights underneath as well. So that way, if I'm doing some night cooking or grilling, we'll have that light to still illuminate below the area that I'm at. And then tilt this down. There we go. So this is what you get inside of the packaging here. You'll get the actual awning. It comes with instructions. You'll have 3 heavy-duty mounting brackets to install onto your roof. In this one bag right here, it does come with wind ropes and stakes, and the appropriate bolts here to bolt this up. These extra bolts, or these brackets right here, this is if you wanted to screw these to the OEM crossbars. I'm opting not to do that because I don't want to scratch the finish on my crossbars, but that is an alternative if you want to bolt this on the underside of the mounting brackets here. And then in this bag you have the ratchet rope. This is what you'll use to tie down the awning once you extend it fully to 270 degrees. Of course, you have the wrench and the supplied nuts and bolts, the T-bolts as you would call it. And then it also has a USB cord, because there is LED lights that are built into the awning as well. If you look on the back side of the awning, you have 3 lines right here, and this is where you can feed the T-bolts through, so that way they slot right in. This here would be perfect, again, if you have extended crossbars that just make it simple to use their T-slot system. But as you can see on my crossbars, this is what OEM would look like And so instead of having the crossbars that extend out a little bit to here, I'm going to see if it's possible to use the Yakima brackets that I purchased to mount it here or to mount it here and see if there's enough clearance. So that's the project for today, and let's go ahead and start putting the bolts in together. I bought the awning for the driver side. You can buy one for the passenger side, but I figured I'll start off with the driver side since it'll be easier access. Once I get out of my car, I can just unzip the awning straight from this side right over here. So I'm really excited. Y'all have no idea how excited I am. If I didn't mention, it does come with a user's manual right here, and just looking through here gives you the instructions, details. Here's what I'm referring to when you want to try to install this to the OEM fixed mounted crossbars. Depending on the clearance you want, you can put it right side up or upside down if you want it to seat a little bit lower, but that's all going to all depend on the clearance of your vehicle. All right, so let's take a look at the Yakima awning bracket. This particular product was not designed for this open road awning. It was designed for a specific model that's lighter in weight, but it does come in two pieces, and I'm just trying to do a Frankenstein modification to see if I can get this to work and adapt to this particular awning. It does come in two pieces. You do have to order them separately, and I'll put the product link in the description. Again, I'm not sponsored by Yakima or the website I purchased it from. I purchased it through eTrailer.com. But let's take a look at this first package right here. This comes with the actual mount itself. So this here comes with the mount. You can install the Yakima SKS key lock system, which I do plan to do. I have those ordered, but I'm waiting for them to come in from eBay. I bought 6 of these locks, 2 for the mounts on this particular awning bracket, and the other 4 will be for the Yakima um, crossbars that I'll get next year. That way, one key will unlock all 6 of these locks right here. But this is pretty simple. This is just a twist method, right? As you twist, this will open up. This is what you'll end up gripping onto the crossbar itself. You'll notice that on the top, it's missing something, right? And so what it's missing is the actual clamp itself. So that's what is in this box right here. So we'll do a quick unboxing. Just one piece. Take this out of the packaging, and then this is what you'll have. Right? It's made of metal. So with this particular unit, there's a lock right here. So end up sliding it through the slot. Come on. There you go. Slide it on through the slot. And then once you have that on, then you'll just use a hex screw to tighten this up right here. Right. And once that's nice and tight, then you can go ahead and put this bracket on. All right, now let's go ahead and attach the mounting bracket here. What I do appreciate about the OPENROAD kit, it has various bolts and nuts, washers, depending on your setup. You have this long bolt here. You have this, I think this is maybe 40 millimeter T-slot bolt, and then this is a slightly shorter one. For the uses for today, I'm only going to use this 40 millimeter that's supplied with it, and the the nuts and the washers. Now with the Yakima awning bracket, you'll notice that there's a slight curve to it right here. And that's by design, because if this is going to be mounted to the OEM roof rack, you'll note the crossbars. Crossbars are not straight across. There's a slight angle to it this way. So when you actually mount it, it's going to be angled like this. And so to account for that angle, they also angled this area right here. Now you'll notice if I were to slot it through the hole right here, to slot right here, the bolt pattern actually doesn't match up to the T-slot right over here, nor does it work down here. And so I had a feeling that might be the case because this bracket was not designed for this awning. However, I read online and I've seen others mount it to these 2 points, and I'm going to do a slight modification. In order to still get this to be aligned as much as possible, as long as I can get this aligned to this side right here, that's all I care about. So what I'll do is I'll take the 2 T-slot bolts supplied and I'll run it through here, run it back here. I'll slot the other one just in case you want to see where I'm slotting it. All the way here, there's an opening to slot it right through here. There's this piece that sticks out right here, and I want to account for that spacing right here as well. So I'm going to take a bolt and actually let me get a washer here. And then I'll put this bolt over it. But slide this in. All right, now we got a loose fit. I'm going to grab 2 more bolts, and now I'm going to slot this in like that. So as you can see, exactly what I want. There's a gap here, but it's level against here, which is what I care more about. I'm not interested in trying to put on this bracket where when I tighten down this nut, it's going to be at any crooked angle. So it'll look something like this. This is not bad. So if we were to take a closer look, you'll see that there's a gap here, right? But I'm okay with that gap. As long as we have it centered, then that's what I most care about. There we go. See? And that's what it would look like. I already slapped the other bracket on the other side. And so this is what it would look like. All right, let's go ahead and mount this onto the crossbars. Don't get me wrong, this is pretty heavy. But I've been hitting the gym. There we go. Just gotta lift it up long enough to clamp this down on both sides, and we'll see if that works. Gotta pull this side back in no more. Once it starts to grip, then things get a little bit easier. Like now. Woo! Let me tell you, most of my install videos I've done with one person, and you can definitely do this with one person if you are installing these brackets. But I must say, anytime you can get some help, it'll definitely help you out. There we go. Now, I can come over top and then get more leverage to tighten it. It is solid on there, that's for sure. All right, so it looks like there's enough more, there's more room for me to move it back a little bit here. The reason I want to move it here because this is where the pivot point is for the awning. When you open it fully, this is where it's going to either cover this area right here or not. So I'm going to scoot this back a little bit this way. Because I haven't tightened down the bolts yet, I should be able to shift this down easily. There we go. A little bit more. Is that good? All right, I think that's good. And then we'll use the wrench to tighten the bolts back at the top right here. All right, looking from the top, now that it is positioned where I want, I'll go ahead and tighten these bolts, these nuts right here first, the inner bolts here and here, and then at the other side as well. And then I'll tighten this last. A lot better. Yeah, this is very loose. No wonder it was sagging earlier. But hey, that's why you don't put it on too tight, so that way you can make the adjustments you need, right? How about now? It's a lot more solid. All right, let's open this bad boy up now that we've tightened down all the bolts and see what it looks like. So initial impressions from the ground, I do like it. I was concerned that if my setup would cause any sagging to the awning, and just from initial inspection, if I push this up a little bit, it looks like it's held on. But you can see that there's some give there as well, right? There's some play right there. So the good thing is the awning does come with these 4 poles for stability. The awning itself is rated where you can use it without the poles up to 10 miles per hour winds. Anything above that, you can use the poles, and it'll give you additional support for up to 35 mile per hour winds. So I'm going to put on a pole and see how well that looks and supporting this frame. But you can see here, opening the doors, you should have no issues at all. From behind here, if I were to open up the rear lift gate, it looks like it will most likely hit on this frame right here. So that's giving me reason to want to purchase the Yakima Jetstream crossbars that will extend past this point. So that'll be for next summer's video, but for now this actually would work. I'm happy with this turnout. These brackets that I'm using right now, these will just be temporarily for this summer for the camping trip next week, but I'm definitely going to upgrade to the Yakima Skyline towers and the Jetstream crossbars. But take a look, what do you think? On the back end here. All right, let's put up the pole and we'll see how much that stabilizes the awning. So here's what the awning looks like without the 3 support bars down. That play that I was talking about earlier, you can see it right here. There's a nice breeze coming through right now, but you can see how there's some wobble here. I'm hoping that by putting this support bar down, and it just falls right down right here. It'll be good support. So get it aimed, and then twist it. Nice twist lock. There you go. And now, even with 1 bar down, it is a lot more stable. I think when I go camping, I probably will just have my setup like this. I'll put this one down, and the other 2, I'll just play it by ear depending on where I set up all my camping gear. But you can see now there's no more play or wiggle room, which is what I want. So these poles are really cool, really easy to get down as well. Just take off the Velcro and it'll slide right down. That nice hinge that it hooks on as well. And all you got to do is loosen it, pull it down. It'll drop down from gravity. I do like that it can either be perpendicular to the ground, or you can actually angle it out a little bit further. So that way, if let's say, for example, I do decide to purchase the sidewalls as well, you can get more space on the inside by angling them out like this. Plus, angling them out, you might get more support when bracing higher winds, right? So all you have to do is just twist it, twist lock mechanism, bam, there you go. Let's go ahead and do a rear liftgate clearance test. I can already tell that the liftgate won't go all the way up because of this frame right here. But we'll see how far it goes up. I'll stop it before it touches there, and you'll have a good idea what it looks like. And stop. Right there. So that's what you're looking at. Now this is installed on, again, my OEM, or AKA Tacoma crossbars, the fixed mounted crossbars. And just barely right there, it's gonna hit right there. So if this is a deal breaker, this is just, something to consider. For me, getting in, I can still get in, not a problem. So if I put a cooler back here, I can still gain access to the back of my trunk right here. And let me zoom back out here. Don't mind my son getting wet in 86-degree weather.
Hi. Subscribe.
5'7". This is as high as the rear liftgate will go, but I can still get in and get access to whatever I need to. It's not a deal breaker for Ton, but for some it might be. But at least, you know, if this is something you're considering, it will hit here. Now, my goal is when I do get the Yakima crossbars, the Jetstream that are extended, that extend past the door, this is going to be pushed out a little bit further where it won't hit this or impact it. And so it might give me an opportunity to have it go up even further. So stay tuned. Next summer, I'll install that, and then we'll see how the awning looks on it at that time. But so far, this setup works for me. And let's take a look at the LED lights that are built in as well. All right, so in the kit, it comes with this power supply, USB power source, and there's 3 plugs here. Just plug it right into each of the frame. 1, 2, and 3. And you'll have to bring your own portable power bank source. So I have this right here, and plug this in. I'll just put that here for now. Right here, here, and here, there's a touch LED. So all you have to do is touch it and you can turn it on. There's 3 color temperatures. This is warm. This is probably the one I'll use at night during camp. You have, this is more closer to 5000 K. So to give it that more daytime look. And then you have this as well. So not only does it have 3 color temperatures, but you can also dim them. So if you long press on here, you can actually dim it. See it dim? It'll dim it down a little bit. So let's go back to the yellow color. Here, long press it, and then it'll dim. Pretty cool, right? So let's put this on bright mode again, and I'll turn this side on as well. I'll turn this one on as well. There we go. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the ratchet cord real quick. It's really simple. You have one hook on one end, and then the hook on the other that hooks right into this little strap right here. So when you hook one side in and you bring in the other side, all you have to do, you'll see on the top there's a silver pin right here. This is what loosens it. So if you push it down, it'll loosen it and give you more rope. But then when you pull on it, right, that's where you get that cinching. So I'm hooking it right here, right on the front crossbar, and that seems to work great. So once you hook it on, take the other side, and then just pull. Pull until this is nice and tight. You see, it's not going anywhere. As I scan around the perimeter of the awning here, you'll notice that it'll have several of these metal little hooks right here, and my wife already put it to use. She's hanging up some clothes to dry. But you know, going camping, if you want to hang something that's relatively lightweight, like kitchen utensils or some clothes, like a hanger right there, so that way if you say you came back from the lake and you got to dry off some clothes, this would be a good way to do that as well. Definitely standing under the awning. Gosh, it's night and day. Outside there, outside of the shade, that's 86 degrees right now. And inside of the shade right here, I feel a nice breeze that's coming through. Plus, you're not exposed directly to the sunlight. I'm really liking this. All right, so that's a quick review for these 270-degree awning. Let's go ahead and wrap this up and put it back into the packaging and see how easy that process is. I like to run the zipper all the way to the back. And there we go. Ready to drive off. Still nice and secure up there. All right. All right, let's go ahead and go to the campsite. So once the awning is fully deployed, it stays up okay if there's no wind. But I did definitely notice that there was a slight sagging to the awning right here. So I used the prop rods and it's nice and stable. I'm certain that once I install a new bracket onto the crossbar, then this will be more stable. But overall, this has provided the shade that I wanted for my family here.
$80 at Costco right now. They're sold out, yeah.
It was 180. It was 250 in Redmond one, but then I went back there. I'm like, sure, 180. I wish I had gotten one.
Well, the other one sleep up with the pump-up mattress. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's not cool. I have an electric one.
So final impressions of this 270-degree awning after using it on this camping trip. I would definitely recommend it. The ease of use in terms of deploying it and opening it up and locking it in to collapsing it and then putting it back into its storage is super easy, as you can see. Some takeaways. The Yakima mounts that I did use, even though they worked in terms of carrying the awning on top of my roof, once deployed, if I didn't use the stands, definitely there's some wiggle and play there. So next summer I definitely will be installing the Yakima crossbars so that way it's more stabilized using the T-slot system. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed my video, consider liking and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Take care.